and I'm here again with you for a live session for the next half an hour. And uh, today I decided to talk about a subject which is related to the challenges that we face in our life. And I'm sure all of you would agree with me that different kind of challenges in our life at different stage of our life. And at times we are able to find a way out and overcome those challenges. And at times we feel stuck. We don't know what to do, how to go about uh, taking action or do the right thing to overcome that particular challenge. And so I was thinking as to what can be done and how can we become more empowered, how can we become more stronger, or how can we face these challenges and do the right thing and achieve our goals or outcomes that we have set for ourselves. So towards this end, what I realized was that right from our childhood days, all of you must have seen and experienced that as we grow up and based upon our upbringing, based upon our family background, based upon school education and the kind of people who are around us, we create a kind of a pattern in our mind. We create uh, what is right, what is wrong, and it is not being done by us consciously, but it happens subconsciously because our mind keeps on observing. We keep on observing. We see what people are doing, and based on what is happening, what are the we create start forming these things in our mind. And, some of these issues or some of these incidents make us feel strong or empowered, and some of them uh, make us question to are we doing the right thing or not. So the thing that I realized was firstly identify as to what is a challenge. What is a challenge? Challenge is something which is either uh, a new kind of a opportunity or new kind of a problem you're facing in your life, which you are not able to understand, or uh, you feel that you're not equipped to handle that situation. And at times we create challenges for ourselves in terms of to become better at what we are doing, and also to test our own limits. So if I am creating a challenge for myself to test my own limits, I know what I am doing. I'm prepared for it. And if I'm not prepared, I start preparing for that challenge and take the requisite action to overcome that challenge or face that challenge. However, if we come across a situation wherein uh, it comes to a challenge for myself, it comes to us as a surprise, which we are not expecting, then we become a little perplexed. We start wondering as to what we do, what to do, and uh, then we are looking for solutions. We're looking for outside help. We are looking for or thinking of ways and means to overcome that issue. So, to give you an example, for uh, you must all be watching the IPL, which is going on these days, and we have been seeing different teams performing different in a different manner. Every team wanted to become a champion. However, some of the fancy teams, like for example, we have the example of RCB. They had the best of players, but still they were not able to initially win their matches, and now they are in a situation wherein uh, uh, it is a matter of do or die if they want to reach the final. And initially, after losing almost about 7 or 8 matches, kind of non-stop, they realized something. They got together and they worked out a strategy, and then they started winning matches after matches, and they have been winning almost last 5 matches in a row, and now they are expected to reach the last four, and they might even win the IPL trophy. So how did this happen? So they saw a challenge. They sat down. They did a brainstorming, put their brains together, motivated each players, and that is how they are where they are today in this situation. And similarly, in our life, uh, we face each one of us faces these kind of situation or opportunities which we may not see as a opportunity initially. We may see it as a problem, and we feel overwhelmed. Uh, we try to work our way out and uh, uh, find a solution. And at times, we find ourselves handicapped and we don't know what to do. So this is where I thought that what I can help people to find a way out. How can I help them uh, think, brainstorm, or uh, give them certain ideas or empower them as to they can be confident of overcoming the challenges that are coming in their way. And one thing which I realized was that it is all about the way we are thinking here in our mind. So, what kind of thought process we are going through, what kind of thoughts are running in our mind, and are these thoughts creating doubts about our own capabilities, or or are these thoughts making us feel confident? And one of the reasons why people, as Nishita says, why is it that people get stuck at times in life? So, Nishita, most common challenge which makes a person feel stuck in their life is that they feel that they are not properly equipped to handle those situations that they are facing in our life, the problems they are facing in their life, the challenges that they are facing in life. One. Secondly, they may be feeling underconfident. They may be having a low self value, or they may also be having uh, the environment around them which may be creating those doubts in their mind. And as a result, even though actually they have all the equipment, all the armory, all the weapons in their hand, but still they are not able to use those weapons to overcome these challenges. And uh, that is one. Another thing that I also uh, realized was that many a times they don't have the clarity in their mind. They're not very clear as to firstly to understand the problem or the challenge which they are facing, and secondly, what can they do to overcome that challenge? Because they don't have that kind of belief in their capability. So what can be done? So there are two ways. In fact, actually, while I was in the army, we always used to have a saying that every problem has minimum three solutions. There is no problem in the world which cannot be solved, and uh, the only reason why people feel stuck, or why the only reason they feel that the problem is a problem because the way they are looking at that challenge in their life. And also at times, if we have a 1 degree of shift in thought process, if we start looking at the problem as not as a problem but as a challenge to be overcome, or as a possibility, or as an opportunity to challenge to test ourselves, test our capabilities, test our uh, 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 powers, or even test our knowledge in certain cases, then definitely we are going to find out the solution for that particular issue that we are facing in our life. So if we all look back in our life, if we go back to your childhood, and there's a simple thing when you try to learn how to cycle, what do? Uh, the first thing is to learn how to balance the cycle, and for that, you cannot do it on your own, so you seek somebody's help. That somebody could be either your parent, he or she could be a friend, or he or she could be your elder sibling. So they are holding the cycle from behind, and you're pedaling your way through, and you have the confidence. Yes, there's somebody behind me who's going to support me. And when you have that sense of security, a sense of certainty that not going to fall down, the person who's helping me to learn cycling is there. So you slowly start gaining confidence. And as you move forward pedaling, you'll suddenly that person leaves the cycle and you're moving, you don't even come to know. When you stop, or when you suddenly lose your balance and fall down, then you realize that person has been left far behind. And that is how you realize your capability. Yes, I can cycle. You get up on your own, you start practicing, and then you become expert at cycling. Similarly, we can also take our problems, or why I say problem. But most of the time, people say look at life as a problem. Many people look at life as a one big problem, which is the preventing them from moving forward, or which is not allowing them to do what they want to do. And mm, at times, they also feel that they are not properly equipped, they are not prepared, they don't have the requisite knowledge, experience, or even the tools to overcome these issues. But the fact is, you have everything. You don't realize your potential, and everything flows from your mind or the mindset. If you start looking at your uh, challenges not as an obstacle, but as a stepping stone to success, you will definitely find a way out to overcome that challenge, or over master that challenge, and come out uh, on top of it. However, on the other hand, if you anything that you face in your life, anything new which comes to you, and you think that this is a big problem for me, then what do I do? And then you will you'll stay stuck at where you are. You'll keep on wondering what to do, and not only that, you will also not be able to move forward. Now, that is one thing which we can do when it comes to you know changing your mindset from looking at challenges as problem to or obstacle. Instead of that, you start looking at them as a stepping stone for your success. And yeah, Nishita, self-awareness is very, very important for helping us to overcome that feeling of getting unstuck, or getting out of the problem that we have created ourselves. And so, if I'm aware of myself, if I'm how do I become self-aware? So you become self-aware um, uh, by one looking at your powers, looking at your experience, looking at your knowledge, and also secondly, are you better equipped? Or are you properly equipped to handle a situation in a life which you're facing? And secondly, one can also do is if I am not aware or if I have a doubt in my mind, I can always seek external help from my friend, from my family, from my parents, from my mentors or teachers, anybody who we have faith in. And as Nasiha says, we also need something that inspires us to go on. So, what is that something? What do I want to do? And uh, what is my goal? What is my outcome from what I'm attempting to do in my life? Let's say, for example, if we talk about a career for that matter. So every person has a different career. You start your career after like India, especially, you are required to have at least a minimum qualification of graduation in order to get a job. And once you get a job, it is like a way of earning your livelihood. It is not considered to grow yourself in what you're doing. And so you must have seen that some people are just carrying on as a passenger in their life. They are taking things as they are coming to them and they are just moving on. And there's another category of people who are making conscious efforts to become better every day at what they are doing. They are making efforts, conscious efforts to upskill themselves. They are making conscious efforts to grow uh, in terms of knowledge, experience, and additional skills so that they can become better every day. So, how is that? They are two different people in the same situation approaching their life in a different manner. So the person who's moving like a passenger and treating his life, his or her life as a normal routine, does not have any goals in his life, or does not have any ambition, or they are just overpowered by the situation which they are in, and they are not even thinking about growing in terms of they are taking it as it comes to them. And the other category of people who are making conscious efforts, so they are not only aware, self-aware. However, they also have a goal in mind. In their mind, they have created a vision for them, long-term vision, so that from that vision you start creating your short-term and long-term goals. And once you have those goals clear in your mind, then you start working towards them. And yeah, Nasiha, even one frog support system can truly make a difference. And we need to accept the support and not I feel isolated in our stuckness. Absolutely. So again, we have to be willing to or ready to seek support if we are feeling overwhelmed or if we are feeling stuck in our life. At times we feel okay, either I will find a solution, or many people look at the divine intervention. God will find a solution for me. I don't have to do anything. So God will help you only if you want to help yourself. If you're not ready to take action, if you're not ready to find a way out, God also cannot do anything for you. So that motivation, or so that clarity or vision or goal has to come from inside. There has to be something uh, in you which will drive you to achieve things in your life, and which will make you conscious efforts and decisions to take those things and do the right take the right actions to move forward. And Uh, yes, Nasia. Uh, One is living the same life just as a different day. The other is making conscious choices. Even one step, one change, one thing that propels us to create a life worth living. And absolutely. And uh, so if so, it is coming back to your point, Nishita. It is very important for us to uh, be aware of our own capabilities, own powers, own uh, shortcomings. Also, we need to be realizing our own self worth. We also need to have some inspiration or we or some reason to do some what we want to do, or why do I want to do a certain thing. Why do I want to grow in my career? Why do I need to make money? Or there are people who want to make money, but still they are not able to do anything because they don't want to take that action. They don't want to do the basic things that will allow them to earn what they are aspiring to earn in their life, or creating the life uh, that they are looking for. And another thing which I realized was that uh, in addition to your first is mindset shift, second is setting your goals, creating your vision, creating your mission, creating your outcome, and also thereafter, once you have done that, creating a plan of action. And how do you do that? You consider what are the options available to you. You consider what are the consequences of each option, and how can now what all things do I need to do to uh, uh, move forward in my life. Hi Anita, welcome. Uh, Anita sent a request. Let me see if she can come. Right here, Anita, I have accepted your request.
Yes.
Hi Anita, how are you?
Hi. Fine.
Well, good to see you.
Yes.
Hi Anita, how are you? Thank you. So, Anita, I was talking about how can we create, um, or what can we do to uh, convert our challenges into opportunities.
To take
And
action.
so what are your views? Firstly, tell me, tell our audience a little bit about yourself as to where you from and what do you do, and thereafter share your thoughts on about firstly why people think always look at problems as something which preventing their growth, and there are another category of people who take these problems as challenges and they take them as a stepping stones for success.
Okay. First, let me introduce myself.
Yeah.
I'm Anita Ladda, from Raipur, Chhattisgarh.
Oh.
Yes. I'm a mindset and a yoga coach. I'm
Hmm.
an English mentor. I work with children. I help them with reading skills to master reading skills at the early age of 3. So I work with parents, teachers, and I'm on a
Hmm.
mission to reach out to maximum number of people here who require that help.
That's great. That's really great. Okay. So now coming on to the our topic of discussion, challenges. Firstly, uh, wo- why do people always uh, look at life as a big problem? There's one category you must have observed as since you're a coach, and there's another category who look at problems as an opportunity for their growth. So what is that one big difference in these two category of people, as per your understanding?
Yeah, initially it is a challenge, but with that experience, I find them, they take it as an opportunity.
Mhm.
So this is how I have taken my life, I can say. So
So,
initially,
but
yes,
yeah. So why what is that one uh, big thing or issue or thought process in that person's mind that who's looking at a problem or a opportunity?
basically it is excessive thinking, I think so, Aditya, Colonel. Too much
Okay.
of thinking
Yeah.
and too much of head-oriented people, they make
Mhm.
their problems big. It is actually not big. They visualize it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there they are stuck.
And what about the other category of people who are always ready to face any kind of a problem in their life, and they are ready to take it as a challenge, and they find that as a motivating factor for them to always excel in what they are doing. So how what is the difference?
They are, I find them in a present moment.
Hmm.
They're
Okay.
not, they don't come up with their past experiences. They don't live in their past. They live
Hmm.
in their present, and that's how they take up the opportunities. See,
Okay.
the
So.
nature is also applauding my answer. There was a big blast. I don't know what happened.
Okay. So, Anita, what would be your one big, I would say, hack for these people who are looking at life as a problem? What can they do to change their mindset or change that thought process and become successful or handle their challenges or their problems in a successful manner and overcome them?
Yeah, being on the breath, the moment they are the practices of being on breath. So these things will help them. There are certain modalities which will help them come into present moment, and
Hmm.
and the and this will help them come out of their excessive thinking.
Yeah.
So initially it is a bit difficult because people don't want to take action. They want an
Hmm.
easy path. They want the comfort zone. Once they come out of the comfort zone and they
Hmm.
surrender, so to the people who are already in that path and they have crossed that path, that pathway becomes easy for them.
So, Anita, you brought out two important, very important things which I realized. One was that you said that mm, uh, they they need to get out of their comfort zone because they are sitting in their comfort zone. They don't want to get out of it and they don't want to take action, and that is why they are always facing problems as problems, and they are not able to move forward. They are not able to find solutions. Yes, one is that. And second thing you also mentioned was about mm, uh, what do you call um, what was the second thing you had said? One was a comfort zone before that. Sorry, I missed out and forgot about that point you said.
One was I said that is comfort zone that doesn't
Yeah.
allow them to be, and once they have a role models in their
Hmm.
environment,
Yeah.
so that will help
Okay.
them to move ahead.
Yeah. So external environment is another factor which they can look at. The third thing they can do is find some role model or there's a role model they can find from within their close vicinity, from their friends and friends and family, or even at your workplace, and or otherwise they can look at some successful people and see and observe as to what they are doing, how did they become successful, and maybe follow that. That will also give them an idea as to what we can do. And Nasia says challenges can be like crutches. If you look at it as a curse, it won't help. And if you look at it as a support for you to walk again, you will take the challenge and walk even stronger than before. Yes, Nasia,
Yes.
absolutely bang on. So it again comes down to the kind of mindset we have, or what are the thoughts which are running in our mind, and how do we look at these things Do we look at life as a problem, or do we look at life as an opportunity? And as Anita mentioned, that look at support, outside support, change your thought, and also instead of uh, 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 thinking your crutches, like you gave a very good example of crutches. So, for example, if I'm facing a problem, I'm not able to move forward, I go out and seek external support. That is very important. And if I feel that I will be able to handle things on my own, then I'll keep on trying, and I'll keep on staying at the same place. I'll not be able to move forward. However, if I seek support from an expert, or from a friend, or from anybody who I have faith in, I will be able to move forward. I'll be able to overcome that issue or the challenge that I'm facing. And Anita, one more thing, tell our audience is how important is it for our own growth? What all action can we take to grow every day and become more empowered by doing certain things, and improving on what we have, so that we are better equipped to handle life aspect, because life will keep on throwing challenges, life will keep on throwing problems at you, and you cannot allow these problems to uh, stay stuck at one place, but to move forward. So what else can they do to become better, become more empowered, more strong, more equipped to handle life in a better manner?
See, resorting to growth programs when it is very painful, it so happens that you get help. The nature brings you to a situation where you have to handle someone. So the
Yeah.
situation comes where if the need is there, definitely you get that help out.
Okay.
So I believe, I trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
The process gives us the way out. Just be ready to grab that opportunity. Be ready to surrender.
Yeah. Be ready to surrender. Yes, that is again very important. Uh, and as if you see, many people go out and go and visit temples and places of worship and surrender in front of the God. They surrender themselves to the God, and they at times they look at divine intervention, that God will give them the powers to overcome the challenges that they are facing in their life. And it sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work, because as it is said that God helps those who want to help themselves. If I feel if I am that person who am looking, I am only who is only dependent on that God will find a solution to all my problems. I don't have to do anything. Then I'll remain where I am. However, if I am looking at, okay, yes, God will help me find a way out, but I will also take certain actions to move forward in life. Then my chances of success are much more. So that is one part. And another thing I want to ask you, Anita, is that at times we say that we are always looking uh, for the right moment, or the right opportunity, or the right situation, right environment. And because of this reason, also at times people keep on waiting for that right thing to come in their life, and they are not able to move forward. So, why is it important for us to, not always keep on waiting for the right thing or right moment? How can we overcome that kind of a situation, or that kind of a thought process?
Yeah, as I said, the time has to come, Aditya. The time has to come, and the more we are surrounded with these challenges, it has to be very painful. Then that situation makes us take action. Either you
Mhm.
live with that situation, you procrastinate and you live with that situation and you start enjoying that situation. There are people who are, I'll quote some examples which they are my colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are living with those problems and they're so happy with that environment, and they want quick measures. They want
Mm-hmm.
quick fix. They don't want to work on themselves. They want
Yes.
to work with all these remedies which we get that will help them out and
Mm-hmm.
heal them for a moment. They want to keep their things in the carpet, under the carpet. So there
Yeah.
are many things which are available. So they are trying those things. So if those doesn't work, and then they start seeing worsening, and they start living with it. So there are certain things not meant for people. So
Yeah.
right thing comes to right people. So leave them wherever they are and move ahead in life.
Mhm.
We set up example. We play a role model. That's it. We can do.
Yeah, that
We
is
can be a
that is again a very
mentor.
important point that you brought. There's some people, they start enjoying the situation, and they get into that comfort zone that, as you mentioned earlier. And when they get into that comfort zone, they don't want to get out of it, and they remain stuck there only in that particular situation, and they don't move forward. However, if we are what you call what I want to mean to say is that at times that feeling has to come from within. One has to have that reason. One is have the reason to move forward, take certain actions, and also uh, mm, uh, uh,
Rightly said
see the
in the quote.
consequences of movie. If I continue remaining there, then what will happen to my life? How long can I continue in this manner? And how will it impact not only me but everybody around me? So once we start visualizing, as you mentioned about visualization, is once we visualize those uh, future, the kind of future that we have, at times that also acts like a jolt from life, and then they start taking the right action. And as Nasia says, that if we don't surrender, we kind of always look for the answers on, and some things you can't get answers on. People can't let go of the hurt from them. And how we hear about trauma bonds you become addicted to that high and low. Yes. And when you're so used to having challenges, you will go looking for problems. Yes, that is again another issue that many people face. So, thank you very much, Anita, for joining me on this in a live session. And I would wind up it by saying that this discussion by saying that the first is that we have to create that mindset shift. It all starts from here. Secondly, we have to have the reason to do certain things, and why we need to overcome a particular challenge or problem that we have in our life, and also visualize or think of the consequences of that our action oblique inaction, and how thereafter define clear objectives for taking the right kind of action to overcome these challenges. And if we are not able to find a solution from ourselves, then look for external support, or seek support from other people, from people who are around us in our uh, uh, community, whether it is our family, friend, workplace. And uh, lastly, grow, uh, take actions to grow continuously. We have to move forward. We cannot sit back on our laurels that I have achieved a particular status and now I don't do anything else. So once we get into that mode again, that will prevent us taking from the right direction. And of course, uh, uh, we have to be aware of these, and uh, we must also make our loved ones aware. Yes, of course, the TR give them one point to help them overcome challenges so they are not overwhelmed. especially if they look at crutches as their first. Yes, absolutely. So thank you, Anita. Thank you everyone for joining me on this live. And Anita, anything, any message that you would want to give our audience before we wind up for the day?
Yeah, the only message from my end is give time to yourself, work on your breath, work on your body, and to reach to your mind. The only way you can reach to your mind is through your breath.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
and then to the intellect. So that intellect
And one
will
more thing,
shut down.
yeah, yeah. And one more thing which just I'm reminded of is that instead of using your head too much, use your heart more. Yes, if you so because heart is the powerhouse or the source of energy for our mind or for our brain also, or for our head also. So it is sends signals. So if you use the heart more than your head at times, your head, as you mentioned, people keep on overthinking because they are in their head. So if you stop overthinking and use your heart, use your gut to take action, you will be successful. So thank you very much, Anita, and thank you
Yes, thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Nasiha
you.
and Nishita and Nita and everybody else who has joined me on this session. And have a great weekend. And
Bye
we'll
bye.
again see you next Saturday,
Bye
same
bye.
time, with another episode of Learning from Life Experiences. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.